Ageism is so pervasive in our society that we don't even know when we're doing it. And while it can be overt, in a lot of cases it's subliminal. People don't know they're doing it. And healthcare providers are just as guilty of it as the wider population. And it can manifest in a variety of ways. So in the case of healthcare providers, it can show up either as embarrassment or as an unwillingness to broach certain subjects, or even a dismissive or insulting attitude. So we've got that whole range that can occur. And then the effect that that has on older people is that it can put them off wanting to broach the subject with health professionals because they're afraid of being shamed. And without some kind of positive signal that shows that health professionals are open to having a sexual conversation, without that signal there, older people don't want to be the first to bring the subject up. The No Use By Date project was conceived as a way to try and bridge this divide between health professionals not wanting to broach the topic of sex and older people being unwilling to raise it themselves. So it's designed as a way to educate health professionals, to increase their comfort, their confidence, their knowledge and their willingness to broach sexual matters with older adults. And it's also providing an opportunity for older adults themselves to reflect on what sexuality means to them, how they want healthcare providers to speak to them and to treat them about this subject. So it also gives older people an opportunity to have a voice, to speak directly to healthcare providers, to communicate to them what's important for healthcare providers to know about older people's sexual health. Over 1,000 older Australians aged 60 plus responded to a survey in the preparation for this project. And over a third of them volunteered to be interviewed, which I think says a lot about their willingness to talk about sexual health. And the vast majority of them said that if the conditions were right, they'd be happy to speak to their doctor about their sexual health. About 80% said that. However, they prefer that the health professional be the first to bring up the subject. They also suggested that, well, about half of them suggested that they might be open to talking to a psychologist or a nurse. But beyond those professionals, there didn't seem to be too many people that older people would want to share their sexual health details with, because there's a certain amount of professionalism that's required. In these videos, you're going to see a range of topics from older adults, anything from experiences of cancer and cancer treatment and how that's affected sexuality, body image, and even an understanding of who someone is as a person. It's amazing how deep sexual issues can go. There's also experiences of gay and lesbian people sharing what makes it safe for them to open up with a health professional and what kinds of signs and visual signposting is important in the environment that signals to them that it's a safe place. There are also experts who have worked in healthcare or aged care. So one woman speaks about her experiences in the aged care setting and the sorts of ethical issues that can arise that need to be considered by care workers and how you negotiate those. And then lastly, there's Doreen speaking about some really useful suggestions that she makes as a result of her 20 years experience working with patients and observing what helps people open up and what makes them shut down. And of course, I can't leave without mentioning Jeannie and Lyle, who are this beautiful couple who share their 50-year journey together and the ups and downs that they experienced through menopause, through hip replacement surgery, and through prostate surgery. So there's a beautiful collection of people here with a range of issues that they've been willing to speak about. And it took a lot of courage for them to do this on camera and to share it with you publicly. And so I hope you'll use these resources in the spirit that they were intended. And use them widely, use them in university degrees, use them in professional development, and share them around with your friends so that this subject isn't so taboo and it's just a more natural topic that we're all more comfortable talking about.